you know what? You guys should be more excited and talking to me about my other client, Ilya Mikheyev, who's coming to Toronto in the next couple of weeks or so. His visa is about to be approved, and you guys should be more excited about him than anybody else who's coming to Toronto this year.
Okay, so that is interesting. I'd love to hear more about Mikheyev, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that exactly. I tried my hardest there.
But hey, trust me, you're gonna remember his name. You're gonna know how to spell it.
Yes, Dan, I love it. Tell us what to expect from Ilya Mikheyev, because we've watched our highlight videos, and right now he seems to be penned in, I may say, to the Maple Leafs lineup. What can you tell us about him, and what can Leafs fans expect?
So he's probably talent-wise, he is probably going to be the best talent out of Europe, undrafted talent out of Europe, making a move to North America since 2015. He's one of he's a very special player. But you know what? I'm not going to talk about. I'll let Kyle and Mike do the talking on the hockey stuff. Let me tell you about his off ice. He's a hard worker, a great character. He's a guy that I would bet my life on, and you guys are in for a very good treat.
All right, 50 goals out of Mikheyev. That's Dan Milstein. I think that's what he said verbatim. So I appreciate that. How many teams were in on your client?
So, well, first of all, I hope that Kyle is listening, and if he is, Kyle, I can't wait until next year so that we can negotiate a big deal for him.
Yes!
Yeah, well, that's all we talk about on the show is negotiations.
But Mickey had well over 20 teams interested. Toronto they've done a great job, obviously. Kyle, Mike, and other people within the organization have been very persistent. They've been calling, they've been seeing the guy, and they build a relationship. In the end, he didn't really think too hard. After all the presentations, his heart was with Toronto shortly after the first meeting, which took place in August of last year.
So it's one thing when you have an NHL drafted player, but when did you first find Mikheyev, and what is that feeling like when you sign someone, they're relatively unknown, at least in the North American landscape, and you strike gold?
Well, I've met Ilya about 3 years ago, and I've been watching him because of my business. Primarily, I'm in the import-export business, but more of an import or export, I should say, bringing players to North America. I have a pipeline of very good, high-level, skilled players in Russia that, for whatever reason, go unnoticed or unsigned or undrafted, and by the time they make the national stage at the age of 19, 20, 21, 22, that's when and what I like about working with unrestricted free agents out of Europe is that you know exactly what you're getting. Teams know exactly what they're getting for the most part. And you just work closely with the teams, with the players, with their families to match their needs.
So this is very important because you already said, I think verbatim, that he's going to score 50 goals. He's going to win the Stanley Cup and Conn Smythe.
You're getting radioed, Dan. You're getting radioed.
I think that's what Dan said. I think that's what Dan said. I'm pretty sure. I have a
fake news.
I don't think it is. I think that's what you said.